Let's make a print. I'm going to use a piece of cardboard, a piece of an egg carton, and an extra scrap piece of paper. First I'm going to make a pattern using the scrap piece of paper. I know I want to write the words art rules, so I'm going to make them out of paper first. Then here I am gluing them on with a glue stick. I'm going to cut them out of my piece of egg carton so that I have a raised surface. You don't necessarily need to make a pattern. You can also draw something on the egg carton just using a pencil. Now I'm going to switch to regular liquid glue. I want to make sure that when I stick these onto the cardboard that they stay. Something very important is happening here. Pay attention. After I took my pattern off, I put my glue right on top where the pattern was. And now I'm going to change the order of the letters. They need to be placed on your project backwards, in reverse order. Otherwise they won't print correctly. When I stick them on my cardboard, they're going to be backwards. Let this dry for at least an hour. How to print if you're at home. I need a washable marker. I'm going to color on top of my styrofoam. Now that I've colored on top of my styrofoam, I want to prepare my paper. I have a piece of paper with my name on the back. I'm going to flip that piece of paper over, and I'm going to use a piece of a paper towel. And I'm squeezing all the water out of my paper towel. So it's a wet paper towel. I want as much water out of it as possible. I'm going to wipe down my piece of paper. The paper is going to be wet, but it should not be shiny. So once you wipe it, just give it a second or two, and then you're going to press that wet paper on top of your design. Don't let it bounce. Oh, no. Oh, now we see what happens when it bounces. Oh, boo. Let's try it again. Make sure it doesn't move this time. I keep my hand on it to keep it from moving around. Ta-da! Wow, that's awesome. I love that. That's how you print if you're at home. Printing at school. If you're at school, we're going to use a plastic tray. We're going to use block printing ink. I'm going to put out an amount about the size of a nickel, just a small amount, and I'm going to use one of these. This is a roller or a brayer. I want to spread the ink on the surface of the brayer. I don't really care what happens to the tray as long as it stays on the tray. But what I want is to have an even coating on the wheel of my roller. When you get an even coating, it should start sounding sticky. Hear it? Alright, just hit the high spots with your project. Only getting ink on the letters and the design as much as possible. We're going to print with a piece of paper that already has my name on it, making sure it fits on my design. I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to keep one hand on it so it doesn't move around while I press that paper into the design with the other hand. Okay, let's pull it out and see what it looks like. Now you can see why we flipped those letters all around. Good job, that's printmaking. Make many, many copies. That's what printmaking is all about.